Welcome back, everybody, to a very special video. Today we're talking the new upcoming #1s that you guys can expect at your comic book stores in the month of June. So all the new comic book series that are starting from DC Comics, Image Comics, Marvel Comics. I even think I have some Dark Horse comics in here as well. First up, we do have Absolute Catwoman coming in. This one's interesting because it's got Che Grayson co-writing. Che Grayson, they are a really accomplished writer coming in to do their first big 2 series. So big ups to Che Grayson. Hope that they knock it out of the park. Bangle on the art as well. I really like Bangle's art style. Can't wait to check out this one sometime down the line, I guess. Scott Snyder, Che Grayson, and the rest of the team doing Absolute Catwoman. That comes out on June 10th, New Comic Book Day. So just in about 2 weeks from when I'm recording. The biggest release from Marvel Comics has got to be Avengers Armageddon. So Armageddon has arrived. Red Hulk's devastating tear across the globe must be stopped, but it will take a colossal gathering of Earth's mightiest heroes to do it, calling in the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, Wolverine, and more, who will survive this superpowered cataclysm. So there's going to be like a pre-Armageddon, post-Armageddon Marvel Universe. Be here to witness the transformation. I don't know what Chip Zdarsky has planned for this series. We know that in the pages of Captain America by Chip Zdarsky, the Captain America Steve Rogers character is in an interesting situation. He's down in hell. So I don't know how that's going to shake out and affect things in the greater Marvel Universe. But Avengers Armageddon, the new kind of event, I don't really know the ramifications that this will have for the Marvel Universe, but I'm excited to check it out. I think Chip Zdarsky has been killing it ever since he's coming back to Marvel. Really cool to see. The biggest release for the indies, in my opinion, has got to be M.A.S.K, coming out of Image Skybound. This is the next phase of the Energon universe spinning up. We know that there's been Void Rivals, there's been Transformers and G.I. Joe. Now we have M.A.S.K coming in as the newest property, joining the fray. I don't know too much about the Mobile Armored Strike Command with a K. I didn't watch the show back in the day. I didn't grow up loving M.A.S.K or its characters, but the fact that we have Dan Waters and Simon Parr. Dan Waters more, right? Like, I really like Dan Waters' stuff. Killing it over on Nightwing. He's doing, great stuff in the past, like Crime and Noir, One Hand, Six Fingers type stuff with Ron B. So I'm a big fan of Dan Waters. Of course, you got Batman Dark Patterns. How can I forget? So I'm excited to see him take on the pages of an Energon title, take on M.A.S.K. Let's see what's going on with that. We also have from DC, the Deadman. This is going to be from W. Maxwell Prince, Martin Morazzo, and Chris O'Halloran. This is the creative team behind Ice Cream Man. Almost forgot the name of it. The well-acclaimed horror anthology series out of Image Comics. The same creative team is coming in to bring their wackiness, their kind of ethereal, sort of mind-bending prowess to a Deadman series in continuity. It's going to be a little mini-series, I believe, and it's going to be pretty exciting once I check this out at some point. The Deadman series from the creators of Kryptonite Spectrum, of course, and then, like I said, Ice Cream Man, the horror anthology out of Image Comics. Only the Savage are left, coming out June 3rd from writer Zach Kaplan over at Dark Horse Comics. This one's going to be interesting because it's like a post-apocalyptic sort of vibes, but you do have this sort of monster element on top of it. So excited for Zach Kaplan's newest 5-issue miniseries. Only the Savage are left. We have a great creative team attached to this. I think that the previews look great as well. I'm always down for a post-apocalyptic story. Only the Savage are left from Dark Horse Comics on June 3rd. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, wanted to point this one out. I haven't been keeping up with the Boom Studios Mighty Morphin Power Rangers property as they took it on in the comic book pages, but I was a Power Ranger fan back in the day, right? SPD, Emergency, you know what I'm saying? So like, I do know some things about the Power Rangers, and I would be interested to check out, is this it says that it's a new uniform for a new era. Is this a great jumping on point? I'm not too sure. Marguerite Bennett, I'm not familiar with this creative team, but new Power Rangers. I bet people that are into Power Rangers are excited for this new era. Let me know down in the comments if that's a good jumping on point. Moving on to another DC comic, we have Supergirl Survive. This is from Ethan S. Parker and Griffin Sheridan. That's a well-accomplished writing duo. They did Kill Your Darlings out of Image Comics, and that got some rave reviews. They also did feel like something else out of Image Comics, but I didn't catch that one. Maybe something else out of DC, but regardless, they're coming in to do this Supergirl Elseworld story. Look at the cover. Tells you all you need to know. Supergirl is instead of being sent to Earth or whatever, she's somehow like the caretaker of baby Kal-El. So maybe they'll be exploring the galaxy, getting into some crazy space adventures. I'm interested to see what that creative team has in store. Pretty interesting setup. That's out on June 3rd. Also on June 3rd is Justice League Dreamgirls, a DC Pride event. One of the casualties of this DC boycott, not gonna lie. It's really cool to see DC put, such a spotlight on their trans creators, comic book writers, artists, colorists, and letterers, as well as bringing in Dreamer and Galaxy to the forefront in a Justice League book, leading the month. Unfortunately, it's not excluded in the DC boycott. So there we go. I believe this is going to be a 4-issue miniseries coming out 1 issue a week to celebrate the month. Dreamer, Galaxy, people love them, and they're getting their own spotlight here in DC. Pretty cool to see. Bishop is coming out of Marvel Comics. This is going to be from Saladin Ahmed. The Time Lost X-Men is back. If you've been looking for a Bishop little mini-series, there you go. I'm not too familiar with Bishop as a character. I'm not that into the X-Men, but I know a little bit about Bishop. I caught him in Mutant Mayhem, and that guy was pretty crazy in that story. Jay and Silent Bob, Jay's a Future Past, is coming out of Marvel Comics. This is from writer Kevin Smith. We've seen Kevin Smith sort of picking up the pencil a little more. He's doing a lot more comic book writing recently. It's pretty cool to see. Doom decrees the dim-witted duo must die. Looks like we're getting, like you see on the cover, Jay and Silent Bob kind of mixing it with the rest of the Marvel universe. Interesting to see. That's all I'll say about that one. Interesting to see. Skate Ali, wanted to bring this one up. Welcome to a near future Los Angeles, a neon-scorned city where skateboarding has been ruthlessly outlawed, but nothing stops Skate Ali. By day, she's just another student dodging detention. By night, she's a rebel on wheels, an enigmatic loner defying the law of the Los Angeles street. So kind of like a punk skateboarding series. Maybe it's got some sort of Gromit sort of vibes, but I know that this one is from writer Kelly Sue DeConnick and Sam Humphries, and it's got some hype behind it. It sounds like a lot of the different comic book creators who got an early look at this are enjoying what Kelly Sue DeConnick are putting together here with Skate Ali. That's one to keep an eye on. From Marvel Comics, Spider-Man Long Way Home, written by Jonathan Hickman. I believe this is like an Elseworlds sort of mini-series, all right? So the idea behind it is it's a world before the Punisher, a world where the existence of the Hulk is but a whisper of a rumor, a world where AIM has just developed a cosmic cube in the jungles of South America. Frank Castle, Bruce Banner, and Peter Parker are all on a mission to keep the cube out of the wrong hands, including each other's. So it's a 3-way free-for-all for the power of the cosmos. Who will come out on top? Of course, we have Adam Kubert and Frank Martin to round out the creative team. Sounds pretty interesting as an Elseworlds mini-series, I guess, from writer Jonathan Hickman. The $1 Trillion Kid is the newest series out of the Unbelievable. So it's a new sort of universe spinning up out of the Ghost Machine imprint out of Image Comics. The $1 Trillion Kid, the Rockefellers, and I forget who else, but they're all a part of this little kind of shared universe out of Ghost Machine. Kind of like how the shared universe of the Unnamed universe with Geiger, Junkyard Joe, that kind of vibe, right? This is kind of separate, more focused on, I think Hornsby and Halo is the other one I was thinking of that's included in the Unbelievables. So the $1 Trillion Kid is about this kid who is the world's first 13-year-old trillionaire, and he wants to find all of the Unbelievables. So the Rockefellers, he's trying to put together a team is kind of the vibe. So there we go, from writer Jeff Johns, Peter J. Tomasi on the writing duties as well, and the rest of Stefano Stamone as an artist. I'm not familiar with him, but that's pretty cool. $1 Trillion Kid. 2 more issues to talk about from Image Comics. The Eye Collector. The Eye Collector, an ancient being, has its curiosity toward Earth reignited when the humans of the Apollo 10 mission make wishes over the moon. But what is the spectral creature and what does it want with our world? Seeing is believing. All right, dude, sounds pretty creepy. Some kind of cosmic horror, some sort of eldritch horror involving the moon. Sounds like a great mix of sci-fi and horror out of Image Comics at the end of the month, June 24th for that one. And then finally, we've got Universal Monsters Blood of the Wolfman, the newest Universal Monsters series. As we're looking down the end of Phantom of the Opera, of course, fans were asking what's next. We've got the Wolfman coming in from writer Josh Williamson and artist Leo Max with Pip Martin on the coloring. Pip Martin's a great up-and-coming colorist. Really cool seeing her attached. Leo Max, big fan of him, and then Josh Williamson just killing it. So we have Adam Yeager, thought he could become someone new at college, but not like this. One moment he was partying, the next he was recovering from a massacre that left almost no survivors. The worst part, he might be responsible. This sounds like an interesting take for the Wolfman and a new light in 2026, and I'm excited to see it. That comes out on June 24th, and that'll do it. All of the issue number ones, the new comic book series that are starting in the month of June that I wanted to talk about. Everything from DC Comics, Marvel Comics, Image Comics. We even threw some Dark Horse and some Boom Studios in there for good measure. Let me know what you guys are excited for down in the comments. While you're down there, like if you like, sub if you love, and if you really like, you can hype it. Hyping and likes are really, really greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. And of course, read more comics.